Welcome to Fiji. You can't do a roll-in this part of the world without coming off the beautiful water and experiencing what we're experiencing today. The subject, Christian television in the islands of the sea.
The Republic of Fiji is an island country made up of over 330 islands and located in the South Pacific Ocean. Its population numbers almost 860,000, 87% of which live on Fiji's two major islands, Viti Levu and Vanua Levu. The population is mostly comprised of native Fijians, and the concept of family and community is of vital importance to their culture. Fiji is rich in natural resources, with an abundance of forests, minerals, and fish. Its main sources of income are derived from its bustling tourist industry and its exports of sugar. Tourists flock to Fiji's white sandy beaches and lush, gorgeous islands, which are buoyed by a year-round warm tropical climate. Fiji also has many coral reefs, so scuba diving is a popular activity. Fiji's capital, Suva, is on Viti Levu and is a major cruise port. With its abundance of tropical beauty and its family-oriented denizens, Fiji is a country ripe for the implanting of the gospel.
Pastor Atu, Vulaono, and Raijela, your wife. First of all, you're helping with MyTV now. You're a part CEO of MyTV, and you're calling to Christian television. Tell us where this started from. You're a pastor, you hit the streets. Well, first of all, you told me that you were an air traffic controller. And so ultimately, from air traffic control to a different kind of air control for Christian TV. Where did that start? How did that start?
She was working with a hotel, region of Fiji. I was an air traffic controller. We met here in Nandi. We form a family here in Nandi. We never knew that one time we'll be a pastor. But we get involved in the mainline church, the Methodist church. But once we hit what we call the church, we are very serious. Yeah. We love doing things in a serious way. And then we start a ministry in 2002. We call the ministry a New Methodist Christian Fellowship with the vision Matthew 28, 18, 19, and 20. Go ye therefore and preach the gospel to the whole world. And now we're going on the 15th year as a ministry, and we've grown so rapidly from 2002 till today. And they call it in Fiji is one of the fastest growing church. And we use a lot of media, radio, tracks, billboard, and television just to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fiji is very religious country, but there's no personal relationship. We feel in our spirit that we have a call. That's why we left our job and go onto the street.
Okay, it's a big jump to be a pastor and then get into Christian television with MyTV. Explain that connection.
Well, we were customers with MyTV before we agree with Stan. And when we heard that it's about to close down, and something in our spirit that we feel that this is the time to invest.
Well, MyTV has been around for 10 years. It's one of the 3 free-to-air television stations in Fiji. It employs about 15 to 20 people. The company has secured some of the major rights of some of the major sporting events in the world for Fiji, including the FIFA Soccer World Cup. And we are very delighted to have this partnership with the Trinity Broadcast Network, which we believe will improve our content and give us an edge in terms of what we provide to the people of Fiji.
We are right here in Fiji, the islands of the sea. Stanley, MyTV, the opportunity for Christian television to come onto the platform of your existing commercial channel. Where did this idea come from?
Well, I was one of those that started MyTV when it started 10 years ago.
At one time, there was a controversial pastor going around Fiji. At that time, his name was Pastor Vulaono. So I said, I've got to go and interview him. I said, let's hunt him down and let's interview him because a lot of people are talking about him. Let's see what he's all about.
Yeah.
So I came and I interviewed him, and we had a two-part television series that we ran about the New Methodist Christian Fellowship. What are they all about? And who is this man, Atu Vulaono? So I interviewed him, and then towards the end of it, in 2009, I asked him, he says, do you know how I can start a television station? I said, no, I don't think you can start a television station. It's better if you buy programs on TV. It's too expensive for you. So we left it at that. We didn't see each other for another probably 8 or 9 years. And then last year, a friend of mine who owned my TV, he said, look, I'm going to Papua New Guinea. I'm starting operations there. The station's going down. Would you like to take it on? And I walked in, I saw the books. I says, this doesn't look like it's good to go. I'm not really keen on it. Then, you know, the government said digital TV was about to come. I said, okay, there's an opportunity there, but where's the market? Where can I target? What can I see that's not already there? And then I got thinking, well, here's the New Methodist. Here's Pastor Atu Vulaono, who told me almost 10 years ago he wanted to start a television station. So I came in and we had a meeting, and I told him, look, there's an opportunity here. It's an opportunity whether get this now or we will lose it. And yes, it's in a lot of debt, but we can make a plan, and we can do something that's like Trinity Broadcasting Network for Fiji.
Yeah.
If we can get all the people together. So I told them, I said, this is the situation, this is the reality of the situation, it'll be a challenge. But if we go past this challenge, this 1 year or 2 years of difficulties, we overcome that, we'd be really doing something amazing.
Beautiful.
Something that Fiji has not seen. A partnership that no one, even now, are still wondering, what is Stanley thinking, going into partnership with the church? My colleagues in the media, in the industry, they're telling me, are you crazy? How do you make money of this? And I says, look, there's a plan, there's a way to go. I think we will get the market. I said, once we have this station, people will not want to watch anything else.
Beautiful.
We will have the best content. And just so it happened, a few months ago, someone said, hey, look, Trinity Broadcasting Network is no longer in Fiji. I'm sure they would be interested for a partner.
The situation here in Fiji, the stopping of Trinity's signal here was a very disturbing set of circumstances where one crazy event after another led to a secular television company that was providing playout services for us going bankrupt, and I mean, it was just a mess. So just as we're kind of sorting through our own set of mess, then we get Stanley's email. So, you know what? Let me just tell you what it feels like. In as much as the partners of Trinity may be able to, you know, consider that we're assisting you, but you're really assisting us too. See, it's not that we're going to just be assisting you. We were looking for the ability to reestablish Christian content. See, so Pastor and Rachel, this is a two-way thing. We may be standing here talking about how the TBN partners may assist you, but you're assisting the TBN partners because we're reestablishing the new signal of Trinity Broadcasting Network here on the island of Fiji, and it started with your email to us. Yes, so you deserve a big hug. Okay.
With its location in the Central Pacific Ocean, Fiji's geography has made it a desirable migratory destination over many centuries. Fiji was initially settled by the Austronesian peoples around 1200 BC, followed by the Melanesians roughly 1,000 years later. In 1789, Fiji was first charted and plotted by Britain's Captain William Bligh of the HMS Bounty. Europeans began settling there in the early 19th century, with Christian missionaries first arriving in 1830. Fiji became a British colony in 1874. Indentured laborers from India migrated to the region in 1879. After World War II, Fiji began making steps toward internal self-government. In 1970, Fiji achieved independence, forming its own responsible government. Today, Fiji is over 60% Christian, and its rich mosaic of Fijian, Indo-Fijian, Asian, and European traditions make it an ideal region over which to continue spreading the message of hope and grace in Jesus Christ.
I was after content. I was after programming. It was we were trying to get programming to be able to sell advertising, to get funds to keep our operations going, and the programming was expensive.
Yeah.
And I said, and also I wanted a different set of programming from what was already on air. So I thought, please, can we have some content?
Yeah.
Can you help us with a satellite that we can receive your feed? And I would remove all those other ones that there and put your feed.
Nice.
For 6 to 8. But also, more importantly, I want some prime time content.
Beautiful.
I didn't want it for only off, so that that it's treated like it's when the normal programming, the prime time is over, then we play TBN.
Yeah.
I wanted TBN programs to be our prime time shows.
Love it.
We have 3 television stations in Fiji, which is the FBC, the TV1, and My TV, which we currently half own as directors. For my dream, I would say I'm not a movie watcher at home compared to my family, but I see that everybody's still glued to their screen. It can be to their phone, it can be to anything, they're just watching anything and everything. So for my dream would be, if they're watching, to watch something with moral values, to watch something with good contents. And looking at the clips that you showed us this morning, it's really interesting to the fact that those are the movies that people look up to. I mean, you look for relationship, you look for movies that contains a family in the other worldly programs, but it's all there. In the Bible, it's all there. But somebody needs to put it out. And they don't all listen to preaching because they will say, that is a Christian television station. This is a commercial television station. And we have believers and non-believers alike that are actually watching the program. So my challenge and my dream is, even if you're non-believer, if you look at something with value, you'll say to yourself, I like that for me and my family. And that's my dream.
Our country is very small and in need of physical needs. And as people are struggling on a day-to-day basic needs. So with the television coming into their home, to their living room, it'll be a source of strength spiritually and also educating them, enhancing their faith in God. Fiji is a very religious country. So when you talk about God, people will tune, people will listen, people will stand still when you talk about God. So I see that television will become a major role in shaping up a nation to be spiritually filled. And I believe if there is any revival that will happen in the world today, it has to start from Fiji.
I notice on your shirt you have New Methodist Christian Fellowship. The word new, when did that get added to what you do?
For the background, we come from Methodist Church. When the Methodist Church arrived here from the London missionaries, there were miracles here. Fiji is one of the ferocious cannibalism people in the world. Then the gospel arrived and it stopped. We just feel that the cycle is starting again. Like there's a new wave, new passion, new fire, new gospel that God wants us, that is been too stagnant for a long time. That's why we don't want to come away from the name that evangelized this nation, from William Cross and David Cargill, the 2 Londonists that they arrived here. So when we put New Methodist, you see the logo, it's with a dove, and the dove with the fire. We feel it's a spirit. The dove signifies the Holy Spirit, which brings the fire to the original Methodist.
Come on now.
Yeah. So
Hallelujah.
So when people said, why New Methodist? I said, we come from Methodist Church. We learn a lot of things from there, and we don't want to take away things that brought us this far. We just need new things, which is the Spirit of God.
Praise the Lord.
So
Wow.
the Spirit of God.
Come on now.
When we go, when you go to some interiors where we step foot on, it's not easy. People are ready to attack you because of the way that we preach against tradition and culture. But we feel that this fire It's not only burning Fiji, we set up also around the world.
Okay. Raijela, you are the CEO of MyTV, and what can the partners of TBN, there they are right there. How can we help you? What do you need? What kind of assistance can the partners of Trinity Broadcasting of the Route bring to Fiji?
Well, to be honest, it's a lot that can help. Our utmost is to change the contents that we currently have, and we are so grateful for the fact that you have said yes.
So
At least we
programming,
have- yeah,
programming is a big
Yeah,
need.
And our satellite, like to feed directly from you, those are the expenses that we are having currently, because we need fixing to our transmitters in one of the mainland in Fiji, in the northern division. We've stopped airing from December, to be exact, because we had one of the problems with our transmitters, and it cannot be fixed. Even we have to buy a totally new one. So we're still waiting for insurance claim. One side of the island, we are not able to reach them because of that. We are sitting on that waiting. And in the meantime, our only hope and our only take was when the government announced the digital platform, which means maybe we can go without these transmitters.
Yeah.
But yet, how far can you trust? Can you really trust that digital to be up and running all the time? So the need is we need the transmitters to help us in airing, and we're clearing whatever that we can clear. The operating costs, I could say, it's always there, you can run away from it, but the contents is our real take. Stanley is working overtime to try and get all those contents from other areas that we can. We are approaching the commercial business area because it is a commercial television station, but the take that we can, the midnight to the morning, on the first take, why we have approached TBN, all the other three stations, or the other two compared to ours, they have news time, they have Al Jazeera, they have ABC to kill time. But we thought to ourselves, there's a lot of households still up and running at that time.
Yeah.
We would love to bring those quality contents, the dramas, whatever the people can offer, that has moral in it. Even if they don't hear it from anybody else, they can watch it on the television station.
Wow.
I think Fiji is going through a challenging period. It's a young country, it's a small country. We have a population of 800,000 people. So we cannot afford to make big mistakes. And therefore it's important that, especially with the new technology, with the content, with social media, with the things that the way the information is moving quite quickly today, that we stay on par and that we do not lag behind, or our children or the people move on with something that's not good for them. That we need to stay connected, and we need to be on the platforms that they are going towards, they are at now. We cannot just preach as we were doing it 10, 15 years ago. We need to be where the people are going, especially the young people. So where Fiji is at the moment, it's at a very delicate stage where we're moving. It's a globalized world. People are moving and trying new things out. It's important that we tell them what the real values, what the important values are in their lives.
You know by experience, TBN's content can help Fiji, yes?
Praise the Lord. For those of you watching the TBN is very impacting Fiji ways back, and not only me impacted. There are a lot of pastors, leaders that they feed from TBN. It's not only impacting the society, it impacts the leaders like me. I'm standing here they can all go to sleep, and I'll be watching TBN, taking notes and listening. And imagine how many other pastors in Fiji that they are encouraged, impacted by this program. Not only that, the teaching, the praise and worship. I'm talking about from the pastor side. How many worship teams and how many choirs that they listen to, tabernacles.
Wow.
Even those testimonies. And it's the list is goes on and on.
So you're talking about the people that are common knowledge, you know, Joel Osteen, T.D. Jakes,
Yes.
Joseph Prince, and some of these people, all that are on is one of the things that feeds the leaders. But we're talking about dramas, we're talking about new kind of programming
Practical.
that'll get the attention of the average Fiji person that needs to know the loving, we have drive through history, the Gospels, and
Yes.
all of these kind of this content that's going to be what you need for this
Yes.
area.
This is the time that the young generation really need television. The young generation, they are into what you call the technology. So television will be very helpful, like dramas and songs. Maybe they are not impacted by preaching because preaching and teaching for older generation. But the youth, they need something that physical that they can see. And I can see that you are putting up some cinemas, some dramas that very much affecting our young people, and they can bring it to their life. So they will see that Christianity is not something that you go to on Sunday, but it's everyday life, and it's something that you enjoy. Just like you go and watch the game, you are enjoying going to church.
Just so that I can be more Fiji, can I borrow your glasses? Yeah, I just want to borrow your glasses for a second. The sun came out, so I thought I'd just throw these on. If I could borrow your. There you go. There you go.
There, that's
Okay.
the transition.
I just wanted to be a little bit more
Fiji.
Bula.
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 Okay.
Yeah, it's going to have a great impact in terms of mostly for the children. We have a children's program every afternoon after school on the two TV station, and we also have something going. But if we pick yours, it has the same story. It's educational, but it impacts more because it has a bit of a morale, and then it has a teaching of a Christian value in there. For Fiji in the community, for the children, we have a lot of communal living and extended family. It's not just a nuclear family. They live with families, with relatives. It's just a full house of everybody just living inside. And also the transition of people coming in from the villages to come to schools and attend schools in urban areas. So there's a probability, high probability of every home is full of children. And with even those kind of lifestyle, it attracts a lot of behavior and a lot of habit that is not taught from home. And looking at that contribution factor and having good programs, just by watching those programs, they can be watching it as a group or as a big family, but they take what is theirs, because we don't really have parents that has the time to teach moral values to their children. We're trying to shift it in schools. Some of the schools are imposing it. We have a certain program that is called moral values, and even my grandchild comes back home and tells me about moral value. At least I know it's being taught elsewhere, but having it on television, for us, it's going to be an achievement in big time, because at 3 to 5 o'clock for the two television programs, they have the cartoons, they have the educational programs. Why not make it a difference for my TV to be showing movies, dramas, even learning, and not only that, through their learning, they pick a little bit more moral value and better children for the future. So for me, your content is going to make a great impact on the level that we actually want to achieve. My TV is here not only to see that we're airing contents, but a content that is valuable, have moral values, something that they can listen to and take from all different levels and all different age groups. And if mine is impacted, the whole of Fiji will. And that's for the children. And in Fiji, we have, like it's natural. Maybe for Fijians, it's a eat okay thing. There's always something they're arguing about. Every couple, they always have something on. It's either you look, somebody's smiling, somebody's not, or somebody's got a black eye, somebody's wearing glasses. There's always issues at home. Domestic issues, Fiji, you know, it's there, it's very high. And looking at your dramas, I like the way that you people did those dramas, the love dramas. You know, it's there in the Bible. And it's hard for you to call them. We lead the church. We have thousands of members. We have churches all the way, right to Europe, in Scotland, in Germany, and right to the shores of Vanuatu. But the problem is still the same. They still argue, they still have those domestic issues. And for them to listen to counseling, they listen today, they walk out the door, fix their problem. Next week, you see another black eye coming. But for your dramas, I like the way that you did it. You know, those are the things that speak more into their lives. Just to see the dramas, the things that you do, those are real happenings. You know, sometimes you say, okay, we create something like, no, you're not creating it. That's led by the Holy Spirit for a soul to watch and to be healed and also to change the way that they live. And I believe all those little dramas, it's going to make an impact. We call one of our programs for the church, we call it While Waiting for Your Dinner. it's a WWYD. And when we have it at lunch, it says, while waiting for your lunch. If we have it next to a bus station, we call it while waiting for your bus. When we have it beside the boat, like this place, it says, while waiting for your boat. So it's a lot of while waiting for your, regardless where you're waiting. And we take little dramas, little testimonies, and little items. So they do it anywhere and everywhere in Fiji. We have about 14 of those running throughout Fiji, from the northern to the western, and also here in Fiji. So we do that, and it's running every corner. So what are we trying to get? We're trying to catch every little attention that we can to tell them, hey, Jesus is alive. He is the fixer to your problem. So with your dramas, it's ready-made. So for those places that we cannot reach, we just tell them, tune into my TV. Watch them on my TV.
I love it. I feel like a school kid sitting at my desk going, "Ooh, we've got the answer. I got the answer." You know what? TBN, the family of TBN has always loved a great opportunity, you know, and we have original programming, baby. We've got, you know, all the beautiful voices on TBN.
Yeah.
Now we have an opportunity to come to Fiji to cover the islands with the gospel of hope and grace, and we're just excited about what God is doing here.
And you know what's interesting about this also is it's on a commercial channel.
Right.
So there is the normal people viewing normal content,
Yeah.
and also now we're talking about a block of content
Yeah.
of Trinity Broadcasting airing on my TV right here in Fiji. What an amazing opportunity.
I think we know
And-
what to do.
And Pastor, I'm going to have to give
I
you
love
back
it.
all your
Here.
stuff. Here you go.
Oh. You can't have his sunglasses.